Okay, so on this one, they want us to solve, let me break down here, x cubed minus 25x equals 0. So what do we do? So first step, factor out the GCF, what is in common. So in other words, I've got to put a parenthesis and say, okay, what do they share? They share an x in common, huh? What does that leave on the inside? X times x squared, x times minus 25. We'll go back to x cubed minus 25x, right? Because this is x to the 1 and the invisible 1 power adds to the 2. And so that's right. Okay, step 2. Factor the x squared minus 25 as multiply. In other words, multiply. So leave the x in the front, that's still sitting there. And then the x squared minus 25 will become 2 parentheses. X times x makes x squared. 5 times 5 makes 25. You got to have 1 plus 1 minus to make minus 25. Okay. And then we're still not done. Step 3. Each part equals 0. And solve. So I take the x alone equals 0. The x plus 5 equals 0. The x minus 5 equals 0. Now, why? You might wonder why. Well, here, let me finish it up first. And solve. So then this one's done. Nothing more you can do there. X is alone. Here, subtract 5 from both sides. Boom. X is negative 5. He's done here. Add 5 to both sides. Boom. X is regular 5. So our 3 answers are 0, 5, and negative 5. I think you can put them in any order, yeah. So I'll just say 0, negative 5, 5, or whatever order you want. It doesn't matter. Put those 3 answers. It makes sense. There's x to the 3rd power has 3 answers. So I want to make sure that one step is clear. Like why did we do step 3 where we set each part equal to 0? Well, that comes from just the idea that if I said, hey, I'm thinking of 3 numbers in my head, and I multiply them together and the answer comes out 0. What if I really said that to you? What if I was playing a game with you? I said, hey, I'm thinking of 3 numbers. I times these 3 numbers and the answer comes out equal to 0. You know that the first number could be 0 or the second or the third. If any one of those 3 numbers is 0, when you multiply them all together, the answer will come out 0, right? Well, that's what this equation is saying. It's saying one thing times the second thing times the third thing is coming out 0. So the first one could be 0, or the second equation could be 0, a formula could be 0, or the third expression could be 0. And then this one's already done, then you just solve these guys. And so we get our 3 answers. Remember, whenever we have equals 0, we can't stop at the parentheses. We have to go on one more step, step 3, and set each part equal to 0 and solve it from there. Because if 3 things multiply to equal 0, any one of the 3 could be 0 to make that true. There we go.